No Fish Nick here. It is February 18th, and I am on a Clearwater lake. Gonna go for panfish and hopefully some northern pike. My original plans were to go to Lake Winnebago and pre-fish for the Battle on Bago, but that was canceled due to the warm weather conditions. So that's why I'm here. I figure this is a good bet. Yeah, first one. Not as big as he looked on camera. Okay, there's a keeper. Not the biggest, but big enough to keep. We'll keep that one. Ooh, there's a big one. Man, waiting hard. Oh, boy. There's a slob. Nice. There's a 9-incher. Okay, that looked like a nice one. Oh yeah, another keeper. This is that little gold jig I've been using. Um, it's a real light one. It's not tungsten. It's just like a little lead, and I have 2 waxworms threaded on there. Figuring out a pattern here. Um, every time I catch one or miss one, um, it spooks the other fish. So what I've been doing is putting down this tube jig, this big tube jig. Well, it's not that big, but so I send that tube jig down, rattle it around, and it pulls the school back in, and then I send down the waxworm on that light gold jig I've been using. Used the white tube, little tube jig, brought in some more bluegills, and now I switch to the waxworm and hopefully catch a couple. Got him. Whoa, feels good. Oh, lost him right below the hole. That would have been a keeper for sure. You know, they were taking a lot of interest in that big tube. So I was like, hey, I think I have some small tubes. So what I did is I found these little, I think they're 3/4 inch tubes that I had available in my tackle box. And I put a tungsten jig inside, and I just caught myself a nice big gill on a tube jig. So, and that way I'm targeting the bigger fish, which I want anyway. So, worked out very well. White tube jig, big gills. Okay, cast on. Big bass. That was cool. Oh, he's in the camera. Hopefully he comes out of the camera. Got tangled up in the camera. I have, you know, I have underwater camera going. I got the Humminbird. Those are all real nice and they work great, but you don't need them. Really, if you fish like a clear water lake like this, all you need is a dark shack and like a waxworm, which is pretty bright. You find yourself 15 feet of water and you should be able to sight fish in clear water like this. I'm going to actually go grab my pack shack and we are going to do a little sight fishing. No electronics, just sight fishing. Okay, I'm in the pack shack now, and if you're new to sight fishing, all you need is a dark shack, and you black up the windows. You shut all the windows so it's nice and dark, and then you just look down the hole and you watch your bait, and if your bait disappears, you got a fish. And if you're fishing shallow, you can see really well. Now it's pretty deep here, so we'll see what happens. I might move shallower if this doesn't work out. Okay, for sight fishing, rigged up my little 13 fishing whiteout. It's a little short rod and it works great in the pack shack. I did put on another one of those white tubes. This one has hooks on each end. It was a jig that was like a rocker jig, and I had a hook on each end. So if they bite either end of that tube, I should catch them. Just a little squirt. Damn. He grabbed her good though. That's enough sight fishing. Did catch a couple, had some decent action, but it's definitely easier to use the camera, and that's what I'm going to do. You don't need the camera, but it definitely makes life a lot easier. Alright, not too. I'll let that one go. Getting tangled up on the transducer. There is a 10-inch bluegill. It's right at 10 when I squeeze the tail. Put the lips there, squeeze the tail, and okay. Okay, actually it looks like it might be 9 7/8. Yep. Okay, just shy of 10-inch, but nice fish. 9 7/8. My biggest bluegill this ice fishing season. Okay, that's gonna be it for me. Had a great day. Definitely caught a mess of fish. Here's a couple that are out. That big one's that 9 7/8, and I just got like a 7-incher also. Had a really good day. The tube jigs. Tube jigs worked really well. You guys have been my old time subscribers that have been with me for a couple of years know that I like those white tube jigs. They worked really well for crappies, but now I'm finding out they work really well for bluegills in certain lakes. So the results are good. I'm happy.